Assalamu alaikum, Habeeb.
Wa alaikum salam.
A couple of days ago, I had a chance to sit down with the audience and cover small little tidbits in improving the prayer. I know we had a chance to talk about it as well.
Right.
I'm sure there's some things I left out. What are some things that you would have included had you been there as well?
I think what's so important is when we have students, like how do we maximize that Zuhr or that congregational prayer at the school? Separating Jummah for a second.
Yeah.
So kind of quickly, as you might have gone through already some of them, right? First and foremost, making sure there's ample time for that Salah to get prepared for Salah. A lot of times we focus on just, hey, what time Salah starts? But are we giving 5-10 minutes so they could do the wudu, right? Because if you make it too quick, kids are gonna be like, maybe I'll skip it. I don't want to be late, right?
Okay.
And so sometimes Shaitan's going to put tricks. I have to, class ends at 12:55, Salah's at 1 o'clock. If you have 100, 200 kids, you're not going to have enough time to do them to do wudu and get onto class.
Oh, that's a good point. So then, you've been in the field for longer than I have. How do you make sure that the students are doing their wudu? Do you have someone watching? What do you do to make sure that they're doing it properly?
Yeah, so now that you gave them ample time, then it's so important to have someone just there, just a Salah, person just to do wudu, just to remind them, right?
Yes.
We don't have to get mad at them, your Salah is not, kind of just like, hey, come on now, if you don't do this, you get barakah, right? Just changing the mindset and saying, if you making sure every guest guys, when you're washing your mouth, your sins are getting wiped away, face wipes away, just make sure you get everything. Just that idea of kind of having them helping some individuals, maybe modeling it for some kids. Then some ones who are really good, maybe they could help out others, some of the older students. Okay. So that becomes one aspect of it. Then kind of coming upstairs as they go through, having another student there, or staff or someone, just to give them the du'a for walking into the masjid.
Like at the door?
Yeah, at the door.
Oh, nice.
I remember one of the students like, hey, right foot, then Allah rahmatik, right? So now it's not just saying it, but also put, hey, right foot, say the du'a, you're getting in there. Then you have students seating. I know before COVID, we would sometimes pair up in elementary, like the older kids with the younger kids, just to kind of have that. Something in middle school to have, maybe if you have 8th graders, could maybe with 6th graders, you have some high school students. You get like a 12th grader to deal with a 6th grader, 11th grader with a 6th grader. That could become a learning curve for them to see an older kid praying, and then also someone's watching them, right?
So you put a lot of responsibility on these kids in this process.
But it's great because that's one of the greatest forms of training. And again, we all have to remember, when Allah's watching, we should all do that. But human nature, when someone's there, you just like when you're driving, when you see a cop, you kind of check your speed, that if it's not there, you forget, right?
But you mentioned something about, again, the masjid. One thing I found some difficulty in monitoring the kids in the masjid is sometimes you want to have enough time, so there's some dead time in between. Like, it's almost like we prayed the sunnah, fard didn't start, and sometimes community members are there too, and we don't want to disturb them. So what can we do to fill that time properly?
So this is a great time, first and foremost, remind them, hey, between the adhan and iqama, du'as are accepted.
Ooh, nice.
So having them say, hey, take 1 or 2 minutes right now, not like 5 minutes. No one's gonna make dua for 5 minutes, right? So you just say, hey, everyone take 30 seconds right now, 1 minute, and make dua for your health, your family, your parents, your grades, the toy you want, the sports you play, whatever it is. Kids have to realize, ask Allah anything. Don't minimize Allah in asking. Sometimes people are like, oh my, Allah, just let me do good. No, I'm like, no, let me get straight A's. Like, even having that conversation. Second aspect of it is after duas, is to kind of go ahead and say, hey, let's do salawat on the Prophet ﷺ 10 times, and then tell them what the purpose of it is. Or doing astaghfar before, they go. Or to review a dua. The dua maybe coming into the bath, going to the bathroom or coming into the masjid, because sometimes kids forget. So you got to keep on reading over and over. I mean, there's so many duas that I forget. You tell people to review because some things you don't do all the time, right?
Yes.
So having those as that opportunity and say, look, I got 2 minutes here, 1 minute here, or sometimes even like a small reminder. You could there's always different ways that you can maximize that time in the proper way than just being like, okay, pray sunnah, shh, quiet, just you keep them moving.
Yeah.
It'll have that, and they start realizing, man, I'm picking up stuff, and then you remind them, hey, guess what? We just learned this. We learned this. Review back the dua from 2 days ago, as they learn a new one, and remind them, hey, guess what? We just picked up.
Yes.
Allah's going to reward us. Allah's going to bless us for it. I think those by themselves kind of have that, and then also reminding them about, hey, it's a lot. Let's focus on the sujood today. Let's focus on the ruku today, the jalsa position today, right?
I like that.
So just kind of having some of these certain things, I think, would be huge.
As an educator, would you say it's better for one practice, like a talk every day, or would students get talked out? So it's good to do dhikr one day, dua one day. What would you say?
Yeah. That's, I think, there are certain things that you could always remind them making dua every day.
Got it.
Problem, right? But I think having talk has that. If you just say, hey, here's the topic, here's the view, 1 time or 2 times, then that's it.
Got it.
And I think those become really important. You want to make sure that you do it so much it gets tuned out. So sometimes you want to have 1 day this, 1 day that.
Yes.
So it doesn't become like oh, I'm just saying it, I don't even know what I'm saying. Right?
Got
So
it.
even then reminding them, hey, you know, stuff for Allah, forgive me. And hey, you know, when you say it, say, Allah, forgive me for something I saw, something I heard, something I said.
Yes.
Right? So that helps them kind of make a connection.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, so I think that's how are certain things that we could do to just kind of make things better.
Oh, I'm gonna try that today. About 4 hours till Dhuhr time. I'm gonna try to make sure we do that today. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Cool.
So-
Anything else you would throw in?
Yeah, so then, you know, now you get up, right? So now it's, hey guys, we're going to get up for Iqama to get in lines. And I think one of the things that is, you know, I always tell them, now it depends if sometimes with the community you can't, but when a lot of times when the younger kids, I'm always like, hey, this is 4 rakats for Salatul what? You know, Zuhr, right? Just for to get the intention, for the sake of who? Allah. You know, facing the where? The Qibla. Just to get that psyche of them. They're like, hey, you know, the 4 rakats, you know, Zuhr Salah, you know, for the sake of Allah, facing the Qibla. Just to kind of get that intention in there, focus back to what I'm trying to do, and then I tend just kind of going into that prayer. And I think, you know, that becomes a huge thing. And even after the prayer, having them say, hey, look, here's some things the Prophet, you know, make it a habit. And sometimes we make long du'as, but if you just say, look, astaghfirullah, 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 the Prophet said 3 times.
Yes.
And then if you do, Allahumma anta salam wa minka salam, and so on and so forth, right? Or Allahumma ala zikrika wa shukrika husni ibad. They can say, hey, these are 3 the Prophet said. If your kids ayatul kursi, then tasbih. And sometimes, I know it tasbih like 33 times, but sometimes like if there's, you know, the Prophet sometimes said maybe 10 times.
Yeah, he did. It's a narration of Sahih Muslim.
So I always tell people like, hey, sometimes if you know they're going to lose focus, like younger kids, just like do 10. Because you just want them to have, like at my house, I'm just like 10 times.
Yes.
And like I remember once my mom was like, if it's 33, I said, look, at least they have a habit every day time. Rather than when I'm not there, they're going to smile, even 10 times. At least that's more habit than saying that one time we're all family together 33 times. And, you know, my thing is about doing something small, but doing it consistently.
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
becoming habits.
Cool. That was the bell, so I got to run to class. Inshallah.
Okay, all right. Take care.
Inshallah.
All right, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
What's up?